sent me a fern moss. Definitely not a tree moss. I think they just count on people not knowing what mosses. Picking yellow leaves. It's gonna be a full-time job for someone, honestly. I see very little work that needs to be done over here. This is my table of forget-me's. Plants that do best when ignored. When I was 16 years old, my mother talked to the local garden center about me working there. So initially, my first exposures, especially at like 16, to plants was, man, this is a lot of work. Because, you know, you're moving plants, you're watering plants, you're moving plants again. You know, I've worked there for so long that it wasn't even a question of did I like plants or not anymore. They were just, that was all I could imagine at that point. I'll never forget that we were walking through a greenhouse one time and Anna was like, I just want to be here all the time.
Maine in the winter is cold and gray. In here we keep it at 70 degrees and have humidifiers running because these are all tropical plants that need humidity. So it feels like you've just walked through a portal into summer. We wanted to create a plant store that you didn't feel like you could only go if you needed a plant. Terrarium is a plant shop and cafe.
Essentially, a terrarium is just a garden in a bottle.
I was like, I want it to feel like you're in a terrarium, you know? It was always meant to just be full of plants.
We also offer build your own terrarium workshops that happen on the weekends.
And not just workshops, anybody can just come in anytime.
Anytime.
And build a terrarium.
Walk-ins always welcome for build your own terrarium. Remember guys, we're gardening inside a bottle and the ultimate goal is to recreate nature in here. Go ahead and start making a mess and I'll come around with some more plants for everybody.
All right. Kind of like Rob, I got voluntold to bus tables when I was 14 years old. Being from Cape Cod and then up here in Portland in the restaurant industry, so much of it is geared toward the summer crowd. And I wanted to create a place that felt warm and comfortable all year.
Well, green's a happy color.
I mean, there's been countless studies on what our brain does when we go for a hike in the woods. And I think on a small scale, you can kind of recreate that when you have a certain amount of greenery around you. People all the time walk in and they're like, it just feels good to be in here. And as much as we've come to evolve to live in cities and be civilized, so to speak, there's still that we're animals and we're still connected to the earth and just digging your hands in dirt.
Moss goes anywhere you want it to, but it is a lowest growing and a foreground plant. I was in corporate America before we started this, and it was like one of those things of leaving corporate world was my hands get to be dirty again. It was just coming from that to coming back to working with plants. Like, I don't have to move 1,000,000 miles an hour. Plants aren't going anywhere. They're slow, just the way life should be treated. Like, you should wake up and spread your leaves wide for the sun every morning and photosynthesize for a while. I spent a lot of time just looking at the plants just to make sure that they are in fact happy and healthy. I have a little magnifying glass I use a lot too. I'll have to stop and be like, Anna, did you see this leaf? That's a real thing that happens here a lot. I do get to slow down enough to notice the small things in the world around me. And that's what plants have definitely taught me.
This is my terrarium.
It's everybody's
This
terrarium.
is the Sinnott family terrarium.
It's a joint effort.
It's everybody's terrarium. There we go.
Here you go.
I wasn't gonna put them in there.
Well, Brooke wanted to. She's actually, we made a few together that customers have taken home. So they have, you know,
Yeah.
a terrarium half built by a 3-year-old.
By a 3-year-old, that's fine.